welcome back to the channel. Today we kind of got a different video here, and no, this isn't a secret layer. I'm just using the box, and we kind of got things packed in here. And so what is in the box? We're going to kind of gently unpack this. Let's see what we got here. Basically what we're going to be doing here is selling off the bulk of my Magic collection to Card Kingdom. I've had these for many years and I don't really play anymore, and honestly it's time to let this stuff go. It's just sitting here and there's a lot of money here, so we're gonna we already went through the buy list and filled everything out, and we got everything in order, and we're just gonna be kind of shipping things in here. So we're just gonna kind of go through it and see what we're selling. Most of these cards are gonna be in near mint condition, so we should get a pretty good price for them. But yeah, we got a Badlands, Bayou. You can see when you send these in, they don't want them in sleeves, but you can kind of put sleeves between them to kind of protect them. And we got a Plateau. This one's I didn't buy in near mint condition. It kind of came from my local game store. I thought it was kind of clean looking, so I picked it up. You know, you can kind of see this maybe is probably in light play condition. You can see the color's not quite as it doesn't quite pop as much as the other ones. It's a little bit of yellowing, but there's a little bit of gunk on the corner and stuff, so I probably won't get near mint condition for that one. But the rest of these should all be in pretty damn good condition. Okay, then we got the Scrubland. Some of these I've actually purchased from Card Kingdom or from other major sites, Troll and Toad, Channel Fireball, so there's no real issue with authenticity there. Got a Tropical Island. These are all revised editions. I don't have anything too fancy. We got a Tundra, Underground Sea. This one I remember purchasing from Card Kingdom back when I got my taxes quite a few years ago. And then Volcanic Island. I'm trying to keep everything in order because, like I said, they want things in order that is on the list that you're sending in. Okay. We got a 7th edition foil, Counterspell, Urborg, 3 Urborgs we're sending in. And I'll go through it one more time just to make sure. We got a Force of Will, Lake of the Dead. We have some Alpha Lands. I do have a full set of them in pretty good condition, but these are the ones I had on the buy list, so that's what's going in. I'll get 20 bucks a piece for these about. So Plains, Swamp. And then we had some Anointed Processions here. I got 4 of those. Honestly, I was at this for 5 hours last night going through these, so there's not all of my good cards are in there, but a lot of them are. Cavern of Souls, Archfiend of Despair. Got a Beta Sinkhole, Minamo, a couple Tops, Scroll Rack, Commander's Plate. Got a couple Mana Drain. Like I said, normally I just clump everything together, but like that's not what they want. You got to have them in order. So I got Burgeoning, and a couple Scape Shifts in there. 2 Field of the Deads. We got a play set of Chromatic Orreries. Let's see here. Grim Tutor, Full Art, Foil, Terror of the Pleaks. Same thing with the Grim Tutor. We got a Force of Will. It's a shame these went down in price because I remember pulling that out of a box, out of one of those VIP edition boxes, and that was just such a sweet pull. I mean, it's still a sweet pull, but you know, to pull a foil Force of Will is a pretty damn good feeling. Cyclonic Rift. You'll see there's more of them throughout here. That's just, like I said, they're in orders. A couple Stoneforge Mystics. And we have a foil sort of Feast and Famine box topper. Mox Opal box topper, then just a regular sort of Feast and Famine non-foil. And then we got a play set of Demonic Tutors here from the dual decks or whatever those were. Another Force of Will, 2 Forces of Will there from Eternal Masters. You can kind of see like they're in order. It almost seems like of the set. Sensei's Divining Top, a couple Sylvan Libraries, you know, City of Traders. I think I'm getting like 300 for this one. A lot of these I've actually kind of made money on. You know, they've gone up in value. Some of them have gone down, of course. You know, the Jason Mind Sculptors and Lilianas and stuff. But 3 Torment of Hellfires, another Mana Drain, got a foil Dranic Magistrate, foil Endotha Triome, 2 regular Dranith Magistrates, a full art Indatha Triome, 3 Revelin Riches I'm sending in, another Indatha Triome. Let's see, Mana Confluence, Halvar. Let's see, there's a Karakas here. And see, there's a little wear on the edges, but it's, you know, it's not bad. I mean, for a Legends card, it's pretty clean. Same with the land tax here. You can see this has got a little bit of wear on the edges there, but it's a Legends card. You know, then we got, let's grab these ones, because these, I do have a complete set of these, but like I said, not all of them are on the buy list, and like some of them are only worth like 10 bucks, so kind of just go through these here. But we have the Expeditions. We got Ancient Tomb, Arid Mesa, Blood Crypt, Bloodstained Mire, Breeding Pool, Cascade Bluffs, Cinderglade, Dust Bowl, Eye of Ugin, Fetid Heath, Firelit Thicket, Flooded Grove, Flooded Strand. I actually pulled this one out of a box, so that was kind of neat. Godless Shrine, Graven Cairns, Hollowed Fountain, Core Haven, Mana Confluence, Marsh Flats, Misty Rainforest, Mystic Gate. Yeah, it's pretty much all of them in there. Like I said, they're not. I have a complete set. Just certain, like, I don't know, 38 of them I'm selling. The other ones I'm just kind of keeping or list on eBay. Steam Vents, Stomping Ground. I really love these Expeditions. I hate to see these go. I think these were just such some of those gorgeous lands that they had ever done. And the Sunken Ruins. You can see it's got a nick on the corner there. I'd gotten it from a friend, and he had pulled it out of the thing and just nicked it right away. So I'll probably get downgraded on that one. Otherwise, these are all in pretty mint condition. Temple Garden, Twilight Mire, Verdant Catacombs, Wasteland, Watery Grave, Windswept Heath, Wooded Bastion, Wooded Foothills. Then we got into some of the masterpieces. I wanted to collect these, but man, do these things get so expensive so fast, you know. Got Aether Vial, got an Arcbound Ravager in there, Black Vice. Some of these aren't too expensive, but then some of them are pretty high end here. So you got Chalice of the Void, Hanger Backwalker. There we got a Mox Opal. I traded that buddy for that a long time ago. He said he got it for $10 or a pack of smokes or something, and he came over and traded me like a couple $100 worth of singles for it. Now I think they're giving me $5.50 for this on the buy list, so I'm getting a pretty good price for that. Ornithopter, Veldican Shackles. We got a few invocations in here too. Containment Priest, Cryptic Command. Then we got Counterspell. This is a Mercadia Mass Foil, and that's in really nice condition. Yeah, I really like these Counterspells, but again, it's just time for this stuff to go. It's been sitting for so long, and I don't really play Magic anymore, so. Enlightened Tutor. We got a play set of Shallow Graves, all in pretty good condition. Foil Prismatic Vista. 3 Altar Dementias, 3 more Prismatic Vistas. We got Yawgmoth, Cyclonic Rift. And I have still got more fetch lands. It's just, I don't know, whatever. Scalding Tarn. And then we got a foil Scapeshift from Morningtide. They're going to give me like 130 for that one, so that one's kind of nice. But yeah, it's a really nice looking card. And we have a regular Morningtide Scapeshift in there as well. Alright, let's kind of slide this off the side here. We'll start a new pile. Alright, we still got more to go in here. All told, I think there was like 230 some cards I'm selling, 240. We got an Amulet of Vigor foil from Zendikar. Demonic Tutor from Ultimate Masters. We got a playset of Lotus Petals from the Mystery Boosters. Minamo School at Water's Edge. Shinzo Death Storehouse. Here's some more of the fetch lands. OG ones from Creator Delta. We got a Bloodstained Mire, Flooded Strand, Polluted Delta, Windswept Heath, Wooded Foothills. Here's some nicer tutors. We got the Cruel Tutor. See another Indatha Triome in there. I think that one might be out of place. We'll have to go through this again and make sure these are in the right order. Some of these might have kind of got shifted around, but we'll do one last check before we go. And then we got Cunning Wish, DCI promo. It's a gorgeous looking card. Another promo one, Duress. Then we got the Duress IDW comic book promo. We got the Emrakul promo. Flooded Strand. Then we got the Force of Will. I always like that card. It's just a gorgeous, it's one of the most gorgeous Force of Wills they have out there. And I'm gonna get, I think, 320 for that one. Now we got a couple Guru lands in there. I wish I could have collected all these, but that island in the swamp just got to be so expensive that, yeah, a lot of this stuff's just unattainable for how expensive it is. We got Gemstone Mine, DCI promo. Ooh, and this is one of the higher end ones here too. This is the Intuition Judge promo, DCI Judge promo. I think I'm getting over 1,000 for that one, and I think when I bought it, it was like 200 bucks. So I ended up making pretty decent on that one. Jace Belrin comic book promo, Manager, and of course that one's gone down in value too. I'm only getting like 100 for that one. We got some of the Judge promo lands, a mountain. Got another Guru land there, another beautiful. Like I said, these are all in pretty good shape. Like I said, they're a little bit of wearing around the edge, but it's not bad. They're all overall pretty damn clean. Got Oath of Druids, DCI promo, Pernicious Deed, and there's that other. This is the last of the Guru lands I have. I just have 3 of them. We got the plains there. Again, just the most gorgeous basics you'd ever seen. But I'm getting, I don't know, 3 to 500 for all those. Then we have some of the Japanese, I don't know what they call these lands, MPS lands or something. I don't have a full set of them, but I got some pretty decent ones in there. We got Soren, Japanese alternate art, Stoneforge Mystic. We got the Swamp Judge promo, full art. We got another one of those MPS lands, the Orzhov Syndicate. I actually picked these up when I was in Japan. We went to Tokyo MTG, and man, did they have some cool cards in there, but this is one of the things I had brought back from there. And then Tamio, Japanese alt art, Vindicate, DCI promo. There's another Cyclonic Rift in there. Arid Mesa, what was that? One of the secret layer bonuses for buying the secret layers. Bitter Blossom secret layer, Nature's Lore secret layer, Rick Steadfast Leader. Honestly, I probably just should have sold this as a set, but whatever, I don't care. Walking Ballista. You can see like these are already pretty curled, you know. It's, I mean, it's in mint condition, but we got a Demonic Tutor. What do they call those things? I don't remember, from Strixhaven. But we got a Mox Diamond. That's a really clean looking Mox Diamond. And I think I picked this up for like 300 or something, 400 at the time. I'm getting, I think, 745 for that is what they're going to give me for it. We got a Sliver Queen. Voraz Stronghold. There's a couple Wastelands in there. Nyx Bloom Ancient. A couple Shadow Spears. 1 foil. And we got a Gemstone Cavern. Time Spiral foil. These ones are kind of a little bit harder to get, especially in really good condition. And I think this one's pretty fairly clean. I think they're giving me 200 for that one. And what else we got in here? It's the last little stack here. Kind of go through, and we'll shoot another video when we get a check. I opted to take the check just because I think it'll be fun to go and deposit it in the bank. Leovold, I pulled out when they sent them, I don't know, they sent a free pack out at some point for some screw up they had done, probably over one of those, I don't know, the Planeswalker edition things, and so they sent me a free pack, and I pulled that one. Liliana of the Veil, definitely losing money on that. I wanted to say I spent probably a couple hundred on that, and I think I'm lucky to get 33 for that one. Platinum Empyrean, and a couple Ancient Tombs in there. Oh no, 1 Ancient Tomb and 2 Phyrexian Towers. Another Urborg. And we got some unlimited cards, just sinkholes, nothing fancy. Got a Replenisher. You can see these got a little bit more wear on the edges, so I'm not exactly sure how they'll grade these. Like I said, this one's probably in rough shape. I can kind of see the surface is rough on that. There's some dents in there. So I mean, I probably won't get too good a price for that one. You know, you can see the corners a little bent on that one, but whatever. Even if I get 50, 30, 40, 50 bucks for it, I'd be happy. I got Yavimaya Hollow, Grim Monolith. You know, I had intentions of doing stuff with all these cards, and I just never did. Now this one I'm definitely making some money on. I bought this from Channel Fireball a long time ago for like 400 bucks. And I think I'm getting 1,015 for it today, so that one was a pretty decent investment. I got a Gilded Drake, Phyrexian Tower. I got this one from a friend. I'd say this is probably a little lighter play condition. The surface on this one's a little rough, and the corners don't look all that great on there. But, you know, like I said, even if I can get a couple hundred for it, you know. So I'm sure I'll get downgraded on some of these cards. Tolarian Academy, a couple of Vampiric Tutors, Lotus Veil, Scorched Runes, Winding Canyons, got another Amulet of Vigor, Zendikar, regular, Stoneforge Mystic, got another Cavern of Souls here, Morphic Pool and Scalding Tarn. And these are the ones I'm sending in. Like I said, I have a lot more I'm going to be listing on eBay, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, all told, they said max payout's going to be about $20,500. Like I said, I hate to see these cards go, but I mean, they're just sitting there in a box. You know, I'm just not doing anything with them. And honestly, we'd rather have this money sitting into a retirement account or putting it towards a rental property or something, you know, where we can, you know, because I'm getting older and I'm getting to the point where I'm done. You know, I want to start retiring, and you know, it's probably time to let some of this stuff go. I hate to see these dual lands go. I mean, they're just such gorgeous cards and all that, but you know, it is what it is. You grow up, you move on, and honestly, like I said, I don't really play Magic the Gathering anymore, so you know, I'll kind of get them packed in there, but you kind of want to make sure everything's flat in there. But they don't want them sleeved by any means, so it just takes longer. And if you do send them in sleeve, they're likely just to send them back to you, you know. I'll kind of make a little padding there. They said you can pack sleeves around them. They just don't want to have to sit there for an hour, you know, pulling sleeves out of things, you know. Just takes them more time, costs them more money, so. But I figured this is a pretty good way to send everything. Just kind of get it packed in there real nice, and then that should hold fairly well. It shouldn't move around too much. Everything's kind of protected there. And like I said, we'll tape or shut, send it in like this, and then yeah, sending it into Card Kingdom. I had contacted one other person about selling my collection, but I realized if you're selling a collection, especially to like Card Kingdom, they don't necessarily buy it, but one of their companies underneath them buys it. They're going to take 20% right off the top because they have to go through it. They have to grade everything. So honestly, I just picked out my best cards to sell, get a quick 20,000, put it into account, retirement account, and poof, the collection is gone. And this is what we got back from Card Kingdom. So let's open it up and see what we got sent back, because they said this wasn't a good enough condition, which is fair enough. I thought it looked a little bit better, but we'll see what they say. Honestly, we'll just end up listing this on eBay then. Let's see if I can get it open here. So yeah, this one didn't make the cut, so we'll go over that first. Let's see. Card below good condition. So let's take a look at it and see what it is. And honestly, this was one of the bad ones I did have in the bunch. I got this from a buddy. I didn't buy this off the major stores. So let's take a look at the condition. But they said it was below good. And I will say that their standards are probably quite a bit more strict than, or stringent than other people's. How do I open this thing? It should just be simple. There we go. All right, let's take a look at it. Let's see what it looks like. I didn't think it looked too bad. I mean, but they said it's below good condition. You can see, yeah, there's some wear on the corners and stuff. And honestly, that surface is probably pretty dirty. So even the back, that surface is pretty dirty. So yeah, I could see why that would come back below good. You know, but yeah, so we'll list it on eBay, see what we can get for it, you know. But yeah, that surface is pretty rough on there, I guess, now that I take a look at it. But, and again, I'm no professional by any means, but let's see what they paid us for. Like I said, you saw what cards we brought in. Let's see what we ended up clearing for my collection. I already know what the number is, so. But I wanted to get a check, not just so I could make this video, but because I wanted to go in the bank with this, and I thought it'd be fun to cash. So, $18,588.17. So the buy list $500, plus they sent this card back, you know, and that's, you know, would have been 300 of it right off the bat, you know. So we were at about 2,200. So yeah, we were about 10% less than I thought I was. I thought we were in near mint condition, got downgraded to an excellent. And fair enough, like I said, they're the professionals. But I will say that some of those cards, especially the high-end ones, the Underground Sea, I bought from them in near mint condition. And it's been sitting double-sleeved in a binder for most of its life. So I don't know how it could have lost any of its condition, but it's possible. You know, and again, I'm no expert. They'd know better than I was. But I will say there was a lot of my cards that got downgraded to excellent when I thought they were pretty near minty. So... the money will be better served there, and these cards are just sitting in my binders anyway, so I'm kind of happy to get rid of it and kind of move on with this chapter of my life. I still play Magic once in a while, but I just downsizing everything to what I use and what I don't use, and I have a lot of what I don't use, so yeah, I lost about 10% of what I thought I was going to get off there, and yeah, I probably could have maybe sold a lot of those on eBay as near mint and gotten away with it, you know, no one would have complained, you know, but that's a lot more work. That being said, the transaction went pretty smooth. It took about 2 weeks for them to grade through about 250 of my cards and get a check back. So really nothing to complain about. I'm still happy with what I got.